Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And today I wanted to do something a little bit different. It is Saturday evening, early evening, and my husband is at a birthday party and he's gonna be home in just a little bit. And so I used to vlog on this channel a lot, and I haven't vlogged on here in a long time. And I'm going to 2 different half-price books. And so I thought, you know what, like, I'm just gonna vlog my trip to half-price books and I'll show you guys what I bought. Now, I can't take my camera into half-price books because one time I took my camera in, I was gonna do a vlog, and they asked me to not use the footage. I don't know why. They had an issue with it, but it wasn't like I was exposing the scandals of half-price books. I was just in there showing like how I pick a book and what I was buying. But I try to be respectful, so I was like, okay, that's cool, and I didn't post a video. So I'm not gonna go inside and film. I have asked my library if they have an issue with it, and they're like, no, they don't have an issue with it at all. So I may like someday go to the library and kind of show like how I pick a book. I haven't been to the library and it's been a long time, like probably 2 months I haven't been to the library. And part of the problem is that whenever I go to the library, I always end up buying a lot of books that I end up borrowing a lot of books that I don't need, and or I'm not gonna read, and then they sit there and I get so excited about getting them, but then when I get them home, I don't end up reading them. The same could be said for me buying books, because I kind of have, you know, an affinity towards buying books. I love to buy books. I don't know if you guys relate to that out there, like how you feel about it, like do you want to own books, whatever. And you know what's really interesting to me about this, like, so I listened to Dumplin' by Julie Murphy on Audible, and I loved it so much. You know, you guys know it's like one of my favorite books ever, right? Well, when I was done with it for my birthday, my best friend Tanya, she bought me a physical copy of it. And what's so interesting to me about it was, like, I was like, oh, that's sweet. She's like, well, I know how much you love the Audible version, and I wanted you to have a physical copy of it, and yada yada. But like, to be honest with you, I'd already listened to the book. I'd already, you know, participated in the book. I didn't really care if I had a physical copy of it. And I know that that's really important to people, but it's just not that important to me. So if it is important to you, put it in the comment section below. And it's part of the reason why, like, whenever I do tag videos, like, it's really hard for me to have the books that I'm talking about a lot of times, because I give away a lot of books. So I typically don't a lot of times have the books. What is this vlog? This vlog is just me talking about books, because I miss vlogging about books. I used to do this all the time, you know, like, I now have 4 channels, and one of my channels is a vlog channel where I do this. I drive around for, you know, an hour every day and I just talk. But like, when I just had my booktube channel, like, I would vlog like at least once a week, and so I kind of miss doing it. But anyway, so yeah, I don't really care if I have the physical copies of books unless I'm gonna read them. I need to put some chapstick on. This is my hands down favorite chapstick at the moment, although it's kind of pricey. I got it at Kiehl's. It's the Butter Stick Lip Treatment Untinted. Mukbang, and it was $19.50, but it is so nice. I love it. Don't leave it in your car though, it'll melt. You don't ever want to leave your chapsticks in the car in the summer. It is currently 84 degrees, Indianapolis, not a cloud in the sky. Oh my God, there's those balloons. I love those balloons, although I would never want to be in one. I think that would be so terrifying. Have you guys ever done one of those balloon rides? They look beautiful, don't they, in the sky? They really do. Anyway, so yeah, I don't need my sunglasses now. Beautiful Saturday afternoon. I made 6 videos today, and so I have all my videos for tomorrow already filmed, and I am going to go home and I'm gonna read, and then I'm going to do a live stream on because I live stream like a couple nights a week, and then I'm gonna read some more, and then get up tomorrow and have brunch with my husband. And then since my videos are done, I am going to read. I apologize for the lighting in here. I'm gonna read all day tomorrow. I haven't had a lot of time to read recently, and I was talking about that in my video the other day, that like, I just don't have as much time to read as I used to, or it's not as much a priority to me, and I really miss reading so much. Like, I love it, you know? Don't you just love getting into a book like that you cannot put down? So I'm going in here right now. I'm at Half Price Books. I want to look for some true crime books, and I'll probably look through their clearance section too. So if you guys have never been to a Half Price, do you guys want to see do you even care? Okay, here's Half Price Books. Half Price Books. And then over there, do you see Like, those are DVDs, but over there, they have books on clearance. And they're like $2 and $3. Some of them are $1. It's fantastic. So I'm going to go in here, and when I come back out, I will show you. Look at that light over there. Hold on. When I come back, I will show you. Now there's no light. Half light. When I come back, I'll show you what I bought. Okay, I'm really disappointed. I literally was in the store for like not even 10 minutes. They didn't really have anything that I wanted. Don't you hate that? Like, there's so many authors that I want to come out with books. Like, when does Jandy Nelson come out with another book? Rainbow Rowell needs to come out with a book. I actually looked on her website, and she has a book coming out like either Halloween this year or Halloween. It's something about a pumpkin patch. And I was like looking through there. It's like Robin Schneider, who wrote the beginning of everything. Like, when is she coming out with a book? Ava DeLaria, that wrote Love Letters to the Dead. When is she coming out with a book? I think she was supposed to come out with a book like 5 years ago. It's like all of my favorite authors are not coming out with books. And I'm like, and I'm going through there, and I'm like, I've read everything by Rainbow Rowell. I've read everything by Jandy Nelson. I've read everything. I think I've read everything by Nicola Yoon, but she usually publishes pretty, regularly. And I just was like looking through the young adult section, and I was like, I'm just not excited about anything that's sitting here. Half the shit I haven't even heard of. So for $12.99, I got Car Sick. John Waters Hitchhikes Across America. So I love John Waters. He is the director of many movies, and I think he's hilarious, and I think he is a comedic genius. Listen to me, what an idiot. I think he's a comedic genius, and so this is the book I got, Car Sick. Isn't it a fun cover? I think it's so pretty. A cross-country hitchhiking journey with one of America's most beloved eccentrics. John Waters is putting his life on the line, armed with wit, a pencil-thin mustache, and a cardboard sign that reads, "I'm not psycho." He is hitchhiking across America from Baltimore to San Francisco, braving lonely roads and treacherous drivers. But who should we be more worried about? The delicate film director with genteel manners, or the unsuspecting travelers transporting the Pope of Trash? Before he leaves for the bizarre adventure, Waters fantasizes about the best and worst possible scenarios. A friendly drug dealer hands over piles of cash to finance films with no question asked. A demolition derby driver makes a filthy sexual request in the middle of a race. A good Tony drunk holds him hostage and terrorizes him. And a Kansas Vice squad entraps him and throws him in jail. So what really happens when this cult legend sticks out his thumb and faces the open road? Hitching across America, Waters rides along with a gentle 81-year-old farmer who has convinced his passenger is a hobo, an indie band on tour, and the perverse filmmaker's unexpected hero, a young sandy-haired Republican in a Corvette. Laced with subversive humor and warm intelligence, Car Sick is an unforgettable vacation with a wickedly funny companion and a celebration of America's weird, astonishing, and generous citizenry. I love road trip books, and so I was like, you know what, this would be like actually a really fun book to read. I think he's written actually other things. It's rare to find a book that resembles no other book you've ever read. It's rare to find a book that's both funny and profound. John Waters' Car Sick is a doubly rare book. Michael Cunningham. And then the next book that I got was this Chopsticks, a novel by Jessica Anthony and Rodrigo Coral. If you ever go to Half Price Books, like they always have like a lot of, like they'll have like one book and they'll have like 6 of them, and you're like, okay, is this like Publishers Clearinghouse? And so I got it because it's like big. It was $6.99. And it almost looks like a graphic novel, except when you open it, it has like pictures. Like there she is playing cards, and there's like a plane ticket, and then there's like, here's a Christmas picture, and then there's like emails in here and all this kind of stuff, and evidence bags from a police report. Glory is a piano prodigy. After her mother died, she retreated into her music. Her father raised her with the goal of playing sold-out shows at Carnegie Hall and across the globe. Brilliant and lonely, Glory is drawn to Frank, who moves in next door. She loses herself in his paintings and drawings, mixed CDs, and late-night IM conversations. Okay, so the IM conversations are in here too. Soon, Frank becomes both her connection to the world and her escape from reality. Before long, Glory is unable to play anything but the song Chopsticks. F and G notes move closer together and farther apart. Now, Glory has disappeared, but nothing is what it seems, and we must decide what is real, what is imagined, and what has been madness all along. Like the young artistic Lovett describes Chopsticks Chopsticks is beautiful and strange and haunting. The story's crooked path is made luminous by its extraordinary images. Chopsticks is like that, and like that one ex-lover you never shake off. The one that was a mystery, beautifully distilled. Juno Diaz, Pulitzer Prize-winning author of The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde. And Daniel Handler, from the author of Why We Broke Up. Reading Chopsticks is like watching people kiss in the street. It's private, it's beautiful, it's lonely, it's wild, it's secret, it's everywhere, and you can't look away. I don't know, it doesn't have any, like, writing to it whatsoever. It's all done in, like, pictures, and, so, like, here's her grades. I don't really want to see what it says, because I want to be surprised. And then it has, like, little, like, cards that she wrote, and so the whole thing's told through pictures, and I thought it was pretty cool, and I wanted to try something different, so I did. All right, now I'm gonna head to the other half-price books, which is, like, 20 minutes away. I think it closes at 9, and it is 8:27 right now, so I'm gonna try to get over there in time. I will be back in just a little bit. Okay, I just left the second, are you ready? Half-price books up there, open, not for much longer. They're about to close. It is currently, let's see, 8:53, and I got here just in time, which you can't even see the lights. But anyway, I'll go through these books really quick. I bought 4 books. I couldn't even find the true crime section at the other place, but here I had no problem. And so I got 3 I got 3 true crime books, and I bought a Richard Lehman book because I love Richard Lehman, and I don't have this book. And he is the horror novelist that I love, and we're reading Endless Night on the book club next. So if you didn't know, I have a book club. Why did that just go like that? That was so weird. Do you see how dark it got? The life of a vlogger. Let me move this to see if we can try to get some light out here. This is ridiculous. It is, like, still bright outside. I hear you. I'm trying to find some light. Oh gosh. My vlog idea is not gonna work. I'm going to, and my husband's calling me. I'm gonna take this outside. So do you guys we're gonna do a live. Here, I'm gonna turn the car off, and we're gonna do it. This is, like, seriously, like, a vlog of the world, okay? So, I can't believe I have to do this, but whatever. So the first book that I got, I hope you guys can even see this, is Richard Lehman, Into the Fire, and it is a horror novel, and it's one of the only ones I don't have. For Peter's book club next, the next book we're reading is Endless Night by Richard Lehman. So this is, pretty young Pamela was a very happy newlywed with a loving husband and a beautiful home. But all that changed the night Rodney broke in. He's been obsessed with Pamela since high school, and now he intends to make her his slave for life. He thinks he'll be alone when he drives her out to the blazing desert, but someone else is out there too, someone with a gun. Pamela hoped her nightmare was over when Rodney was shot, but something about her rescuer isn't quite right. Maybe it's the way he dropped Rodney's body in a pit, like he'd done it before. Maybe it's the bus he's driving, the only mannequins for passengers. That's spooky. One thing is certain, she won't be prepared for what she'll find when he drives her to a tiny, isolated town, baking in the desert sun. A town with very odd customs and a unique way of welcoming strangers, and I'm excited about reading that. Okay, the next one, I went to the true crime section, of which she didn't even know where it was. I was like, true crime. She goes, is that a title of a book? They're so loud, be quiet. I'm talking about books. And I said, no. I said, it's not a title of a book. I'm sure it probably is a title of some book, but it's not. I'm looking for the section. She didn't know. She said it's over in mysteries. I knew it wasn't over in mysteries. So I got Helter Skelter, because they had the small paperback for $3.99. I have, like, the big edition of it. And I'm going on vacation soon, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just take this on vacation and finally get it done. The next book I got was The Monster of Florence. Douglas Preston, I have read in the past, and I like him. He writes, like, adventure fiction books. And this is about, now I can only see half of it because the bottom half is from a bookstore in Munich, which I thought was kind of cute. I like that. And it says, Douglas Preston fulfilled a lifelong dream when he moved to a farmhouse in Florence. But upon meeting the celebrated journalist Mario Spezzi, he was stunned to learn that a horrific double murder had been committed almost... I know you guys cannot hear this with the background noise. I am so sorry. He was stunned to learn that a horrific double murder had been committed almost outside his door, and by one of the most infamous figures in Italian history, the Monster of Florence. Fascinated, Preston worked with Spetsy to uncover the serial killer who had ritually slain 14 young lovers and was never caught. And so it's the mystery behind how they solve it. And I actually think I might have a hardback version of this at home. And then the last one I got was called Cruel Heart. And what began as a fun night out ended with a cold-blooded crime. These were like those small little true crime novels. She was a small-town girl from bluegrass country, says as seen on national TV. On the morning of May 4th, 2003, a well-loved, hardworking freshman student named Katie Autry was found dead in her dormitory room at Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green. Oh, this is not too far from where I live. She had been raped, stabbed, drenched in hairspray, and set on fire. The story of Katie's horrific murder made local headlines, and there was a huge public outcry to bring her killer to justice. They were older guys with a deadly plan. Stephen Souls, an unemployed high school dropout, had given Katie a ride home from a party on the night of her murder. With him was Luke Goldrum, a 21-year-old sometime drug dealer with a known history of domestic abuse. Souls claimed that Goldrum forced him to participate in the crime and received a life sentence and a plea deal. But what really happened in Katie's dorm room that night, and which of the two accused is the real killer? This is a true story of a crime that sent shockwaves through a small southern town and the mysteries that still remain. And I'm kind of like really interested in true crime right now because I just finished reading, what do you call it? The book about the Golden State Killer. I'll Be Gone in the Dark. So those were my purchases. That was my blog. I really wanted to vlog on the way home, you guys, and just talk about books and stuff. But like, it's so dark in the car because you can see it's like getting dark outside. It's a beautiful kind of summer evening in Indianapolis, but that's not going to happen. So if you like this vlog and you'd like to see me drive around talking about books, I'll do it again at another time when it's brighter outside and I can film a really good video for you guys. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.